is the Super League. This is ice hockey, the fastest sport in the world, and it's here to stay in the UK. Welcome to the absolutely amazing Nine Links Arena in the heart of Manchester, and we'll be here for the next 10 action-packed weeks. This is an exciting new show covering not only the action on ice, but also the drama of it. Starting with today's match between the Manchester Storm and the Cardiff Devils. So hold on! We've got exclusive access to the Storm, and we'll hear team boss and coach John Lawless putting our players through their paces. Let's go. Whether they like it or not, and whether they're losing or winning, we'll be right on top of them. Over the next few weeks, you'll get to meet the players that make up the Manchester Storm, the best supported team outside of North America.
Ice hockey is the fastest team sport. I think it's probably the best spectator sport in the world.
Guys skate in excess of 40 miles an hour, and pucks fly at sometimes 100 miles an hour.
Every now and then there might be a little fisticuff or whatever, but it's an excellent game to watch.
Thousands of people have been here before you to watch ice hockey and the Manchester Storm, but if you haven't, we've got an extra little bit of information just for you. The Storm have only been playing and in Manchester for 18 months. Last season they ran away with the first division title, smashing all existing records and gaining promotion to the Super League. This season has been a different story for the Storm. They've struggled for consistency and suffered defeats against the league giants Cardiff Devils and local rivals Sheffield Steelers. As far as the Storm are concerned, it's payback time. Each week we will follow their Super League progress, and you'll get to know the players and the management. Now there are up to 20 players per team on the bench for any one game, but we don't really have enough time to introduce them all to you now. So we picked 5 that we think are very promising for the time being, and here they are.
Hi, I'm John Lawless, the coach and manager of the Manchester Storm. I've been in Britain for 15 years, and I originally come from Toronto, Canada.
John's a proven winner. He took Peterborough to the top, he took Cardiff to the top, and then he took Manchester last year to the top.
He's a great personality, he knows how to get the best out of everyone, and he's always there to encourage you and do the right things, you know, to win.
I'm intense as far as, you know, appreciating the position that we're in, and we want to win, and I want to get the guys ready for the game, and maybe that's something where I have to learn, maybe I have to come across a little bit more relaxed.
I'm Jeff Lindsay, number 5 from the Manchester Storm. I play defense.
He's a good captain, you know, he says the right things. He's been here for about 9 or 10 years. He has the experience. He knows all the other players. He knows the other teams. And his guidance and his words of wisdom in the room is second to none.
He's kind of like a father to all of us. He's really down to earth, and you know, if you ever have a problem, you can always go to Jeff.
We always bug him about his size, but the funny thing is, he probably skates faster than most, and he gives you 100%.
I just go out every night and try and play my hardest, and hopefully the guys will feed off me and do what I can.
I'm John Finney. I'm the goaltender for the Manchester Storm, and I'm the only resident American on the team, from which I am very proud of.
Goaltending is probably the worst position to play. You know, you're either a hero at the end of the game, or the players, you know, always blame the goalie. So Johnny's probably been one of our most consistent players this season.
He's a very good goaltender, but he's not afraid to pat himself on the back. He'll be the first person to tell you that he had a good game. And he is a good guy. And we like to tease him a lot. And that's the part of being a goaltender. If you want to stand in front and let guys shoot pucks 100 miles an hour, you're missing something.
I would describe myself as not being like my teammates. I know that I'm American, and they're all Canadian, and you can always just tell the Canadian isms that come out in them. They're all bad dressers. They all talk really slowly, and I think they're all a bit slow.
My name's JAGO. I'm a defenseman for the Manchester Storm. I wear number 7. I hail from Reston, Manitoba, Canada.
He's an excellent hockey player. He's very competitive, and if you do a mistake on the ice, Dale will be the first one to let you know about it. But it's always for the best for the team, and I admire his spirit and his desire to win.
Dale's one of the premier players of the league. He's very fiery, he's very strong defensively, and his shot is probably in the top 4 or 5 in the league. And he's got such an intensity to win. He would be our most intense player.
I get bugged a little bit because I get a little too intense sometimes with the boys and start yelling, but all in all, I think I'm, just a run-of-the-mill guy.
I'm Hilton Ruggles. I play left wing for the Manchester Storm.
He likes to moan and whinge, and if he's not doing that, there's something wrong with Hilton. And when he is complaining, you know he's on his game. And you can always count on Hilton to score a big goal for you.
I know the type of player that he is. He's kind of like an opportunist, but at the same time, he's a real good team player, and he's matured enough to help this club out.
Hilton Ruggles is my roommate, and that is the worst nightmare I've ever had. He's 34 years old, going on 164. He sits home at night, and I say, Hilton, come on, let's go out. We're going out. No, I'm too old. He sits home, and this is no word of lie, in his slippers, sweater. All he's missing is a pipe.
I pick at the little things, but I don't take anything really serious. I'm not a serious person. The best thing is just try and enjoy life. We're here for a good time, not a long time, and I like people to respect me.
Now this is a tense time for the players, since today's opponents, the Cardiff Devils, are the team to beat. Now we have 2 guys here who can tell you all about today's clash. They are our own commentators and ex-professionals, Richard Beaupre and Paul Ferguson. On to you, Paul.
Well, we're looking forward to a fast-moving, high-scoring hockey game this afternoon, because the #1 team in the country, the Cardiff Devils, are in town to take on the Manchester Storm, who are near the bottom of the table. But let's not count out the Storm, because they've won their last 3 home games.
That's the exciting thing about the Super League. It's an 8-team league. All 8 teams will go to the playoffs, and this is the time of year where teams are building momentum. They want to peak at the right time and make sure that they're in good health and ready to play into the playoffs. John Lawless is the ex-mentor of the Cardiff Devils. He built them up to what they are today. He has come on and taken the Manchester Storm in this beautiful 9X ice arena. He's got a Super League team of his own. He's brought Stephen Cooper with him, Great Britain defenseman, an outstanding British player. He finds himself in a peculiar situation. He goes into the corner to bang together with his brother Ian, who opposes him as a Cardiff Devil.
Well, let's take a look at the last time these 2 teams met. It wasn't a good performance from the Manchester Storm.
The Devils handed out a real beating to the Storm. They romped home to an 11-3 victory on Manchester's home ice, inflicting what was at the time the biggest defeat in Super League history.
We were all very embarrassed about it and ashamed, and all the people in the arena just were, you could see the disappointment on everybody's face.
We want to do well to let ourselves know and our fans know that, Cardiff Devils aren't an 8-goal team better than a Manchester Storm.
We owe it to ourselves to perform a lot better against them. They're a very strong side. I think the strongest in the league, but I think they're beatable, and I think if we're focused, and we can achieve that.
The Storm are all fired up, and what a game we've got coming up. But now, for those of you who haven't really seen ice hockey before, we've got John Finney, who's the only American in Storm and its netminder, to show you through some of the basics of ice hockey.
Back home in North America, we get brought up playing ice hockey. So for those of you Brits who don't know much about the game, here's a few quick pointers on the fastest team sport in the world. The game is split into 3 20-minute periods. Each team can only have 6 players on the ice at once, 5 out players and 1 goaltender. Substitutions can be made at any time from a pool of up to 20 players on the bench. The rink is 200 feet long and 85 feet wide. The ice is divided into 3 zones, the defensive zone running into the first blue line, the neutral zone running into the next blue line, and the attacking zone goes to the end of the rink. The red line running between the goalposts and extending to the sideboards is the goal line. Icing the puck is intentionally shooting the puck from behind the center red line over the opponent's goal line. The penalty for this is a face-off. The face-off is the start of the game or the resumption of play when the puck is dropped between 1 player from each team. Well, there you go. That's some of the basics of the game. The team that scores the most goals at the end of the game and keeps their heads the longest will come out the winners. Enjoy the game.
So it's simple as that. The lights are off, the music's on, the players are meeting each other, and you can cut the atmosphere with a knife. But we'll be back after the break with the face-off. Hi, you're You're back, we're here, I'm there, and the Cardiff Devils are up against the Manchester Storm. But now, over to our commentators, Paul Ferguson and Richard Beaupre.
Scotsman George Nicholson is the referee for today's game. He calls the teams together. Gordon Curry and Norrie Grieve are the linesmen. They'll be responsible for calling the offsides and the icings. Manchester Storm against the Cardiff Devils. Storm playing from right to left in the white and blue, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. Turner gets it over to Dale JAGO. JAGO gets it up, and that's flipped into neutralized territory. That's the area between the two blue lines out there. Woodcroft fired that in, and goaltender, young Stevie Lyle, still a teenager, 17 years old, is out there. It's a good opportunity for Manchester. A shot a little wide of the target. JAGO getting back, and the Devils just pushing it in. Ivan Michuluk goes in along the boards, tries to get that out free, right out front. Goaltender is unable to stop that one. The goal coming from Ken Hodge, former National Hockey League player, with just 47 seconds gone in the first period.
Manchester got off to a good start. They threw the puck into the Cardiff zone. They appeared to have all kinds of space. This is a huge ice surface. They had a good chance of their own on the short side. The play came out of the Cardiff zone, and very quickly the Devils, with their first shot, real first shot on net anyway, ends up being a goal for Ken Hodge.
Hodge in the face-off circle, got the face-off just as the puck was dropped. Goaltender came up with a save. A long clearance by Woodcroft to the far side. This is good stuff. Woodcroft out front. Penny looking for places to go. Good move by Penny to get away from Evans. Right in front, a one-timer. Lyle lost it for a moment, but came up with a great big save close in.
Well, Morin is shaking his head. He's going to see that one in his sleep tonight. Steve Lyle showing tremendous reflexes. Again, with the size of the ice surface, players are finding themselves open. It's so important that the defensive structure is set up so that players pick up the opposing players. You can't give that room. You've got to attach yourself to an opposing player. Woodcroft with a great feed. The shot from Moore, and that was a close one.
Woodcroft got the draw. That came all the way back. And Stephen Cooper hit hard into the boards by Thornton. Cooper picks himself up, and the Cardiff Devils come out of the zone now through center ice. The shot deflected away. That was Michuluk who got a piece of it. Now it's a chance for Penny. Penny gets it to the far side. Moran right in front, and again Woodcroft was right there. Big hit by Cooper, and the crowd loved that. The best British defenseman in the league, Stephen Cooper, flattened his man on the far side of the rink. His old teammates out there know that they cannot stand around watching this guy. Long pass up, and a chance now. Rubachuk takes a shot. Goaltender comes up with a glove hand save to smother that one.
Steve Lyle grabbing another one with a catching glove. 16, 17, call him what you want. This kid has got so much experience for his age.
Turner tries to pump it back in, and big bad Mike Ware, the captain of the team, looking to get things going. Swan out on the ice. Long shot, glove down, and defenseman Stephen Cooper brings it up slowly, up to Ruggles. Ruggles just flips that to the center of the ice, and the Devils shoot it right back in. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left on the first period. 1-0 the scoreline. The Devils leading after that first minute goal. Penny and Woodcroft working nicely out there. Sebastian got it up along the boards. Cooper, he's got a good shot. Watch for him to let it go. That one was deflected away. Hope takes his man in the boards. That was Penny who was squeezed into the woodwork. Ivan Michuluk Got it up on the wing, and the Devils now bring it into the Manchester zone. Manchester getting back in a hurry. Evans was squeezed out. He still held along the boards, but here's Ian Cooper. Cooper, nice move. Cooper scores! Oh, nice move by Ian Cooper.
A good, solid effort from Evans, kept that play going. Evans took the play into the boards. He got bumped a few times. He stuck with the puck. He fed it to Ian Cooper. Ian Cooper found himself in a one-on-one situation with none other than his brother, Stephen Cooper. Put a move on, kept the puck on the forehand. A good, quick, low-risk shot, and he beats Finney for the second goal.
Little Sacratini out there for the Devils, 5'8", so if you're a young hockey player and you're not that big, don't let it put you off. Sacratini, one of the leading scorers in the Super League here in Britain, played for his team, as I said, that's Italy, in the Olympics in '94, and he's got the puck now. His height and his size hasn't put him off. John Wallace, the same size, a spectacular player for Cardiff, Peterborough when in his playing day. McCarthy took the shot just wide of the target, so you don't have to be big to play this sport.
Stoppage in play, and the referee letting the players know what he has seen. A Cardiff player caught in the crease area of the Manchester goal. When the opposing team has a player in the crease, the whistle will blow and the faceoff will come outside of the team's defensive zone. Look at Paul Heavey on the bench. Always looking calm, very intense man though. Says few words, but he knows what he wants out there all the time.
You can tell when he's angry. Those little blue veins on the top of his forehead, they start to pop out.
That's right, you mentioned big mean Mike Ware. Well, Paul Heavey was the Scottish version of Ware a few years ago. As a player, he had his fair share of fisticuffs.
6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on the first period. The first of three. Shannon Hope got it to the far side to pass up the middle. Cooper, nice pass up to Woodcroft. Woodcroft to Penny. Penny unable to get on that one, but the offside whistle blow. Of course, if you're watching for the first time, the offside whistle blows when someone goes over the blue line before the puck. It's a simple rule. The puck goes over first, and all the players follow after that. John Lawless again, also looking calm, chomping on that gum. As I said, a great player in his time, but now he's behind the bench, and that's a whole different ball game. Different pressures.
Lawless is going to want some production out of this line. Penny, Morin, and Woodcroft. Woodcroft has got 24 points. He's the leading point scorer on the team, although Ruggles has the most goals. And Mike Morin has 22 points. This line has got to generate some offense for the Manchester Storm.
Cooper shoots that in. Hope misses the chop. Right out front, a chance for Manchester. Shot, score! Woodcroft was there. That's number one for the Manchester Storm. Let's go.
Well, Paul, I don't know if they can hear us from up here, but that is exactly what I was talking about. Generating offense. Manchester need to get these guys going. Left wing, right wing, and center. Penny, Morin, Woodcroft. Woodcroft with his 25th point of the season, his 12th league goal. They need more from these guys. That's a great goal. Kept the puck on the ice and beat Lyle between the legs.
On the far side of the rink, Hope missed a vital clearance. That kind of set it up.
Absolutely. You miss your man. That leaves a little opening and a little more time for a team to look for a player.
Woodcroft getting a well-deserved break as he sits on the bench. We said that they're shifting out there for about 40-45 seconds at time. This is a long hockey game. It's 60 minutes of ice time, but really, every time the whistle stops, every time the play stops and the whistle blows, the clock stops, so it really turns into well over 2 hours of ice hockey.
Also, when the play is on the flow, if you're wondering how they know who's coming on and who's going off, the assignments are preset by the coaching staff on the bench.
Cooper, great pass over. Oh, and that was a great goal. Cooper setting up Noble, the defenseman who was on the move. Cooper must have had eyes in the back of his head to set that one up.
Ian Cooper often flying in this game, a goal and an assist already. Superb Superb pass to Noble. Kip Noble is a defenseman, but he is not what is known as a stay-home defenseman. He doesn't stay back and just clear the zone and play bodies. He can get involved in the offense. He's quick and he's fast and he's like an extra forward out on the ice. Great breakaway, good goal for Kip Noble.
The goal comes 20 seconds after the Manchester Storm first goal. Shot just wide of the target from the far side of the rink. Lindsay races back after this one. Moria will get there first. Moria chops it up to Ian Cooper. He can't hang on to it. And here come the Storm. Poole with a 4-on-2 situation. Going in on the backhand side. Gets it out front. Cooper got back in a hurry from the other end of the rink to pop it in the corner. Good two-way hockey. Offensively and defensively playing a good game out there. Mike Ware, the big defenseman, now finds himself up into Cooper's position. So the Devils are all over the ice. They mean business. They've come here to play hockey. Zawisza got that in and goes for a change. Pope. Ware. Long pass up to Uchuk. Uchuk is so strong on the puck, trying to get by number 24, Turner. That didn't happen. That comes back to Ware. Ware lets a shot go, goaltender down. Good save by Finney. Two minutes, 58 seconds remaining, and the Devils pick up a penalty for 2 minutes. Holding the stick is the call. Frank Evans is the culprit, so Manchester have the man advantage out there. They're playing 5-on-4 if you don't count the goalies. And I used to be a goalie and I hated when they never counted me. A chance now with the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. That comes all the way back. Pushed in nicely by Calder. Calder wants it again, back of the blue line and gets it. He's got a good shot if he can get a chance to let it go. The shot doesn't come from Lindsay on the far side of the rink. Machuluk, who's got a lot of speed. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Machuluk lets a shot go. Finney, another scores! Machuluk picked up his own rebound to pick up a shorthanded goal.
Cardiff down a player, but certainly not down in offensive power. Kip Noble getting involved in the play again from his defensive job. He went all the way down into the Manchester zone. John Finney, the Manchester goalie, aware of where Noble was. His decision had to be made as far as, is Machuluk going to shoot or not? Machuluk took the shot. Noble carried on. The first save was made. Machuluk was very quick to put the rebound behind goaltender Finney.
Saccatini puts it on the left wing, but his wingmate had come over. Ruggles now. Ruggles has got the good shot. Good move by Ruggles as he tried to get around Stone, and it almost came off with just 33 seconds left on the period. Ruggles faking the shot and then trying to pull it through. It just didn't happen.
When Ruggles faked the shot, Jason Stone went with that fake. He had him beat, but the puck squirted ahead of Hilton Ruggles very nicely for Steve Lyle. Otherwise, he would have been facing a breakaway.
9 times out of 10, Ruggles would shoot from there. He's not a one-trick pony, but he likes to go to his left and let the shot go to his right, and he kills so many goalies so many times. But on that time, he didn't do it, and he did the fake and almost got away with it.
Well, let's be honest, Steve Lyle and Jason Stone are both Cardiff born and bred. They played with Hilton Ruggles for years. They know what this guy's going to do.
Cooper put it in front. Penny takes a shot. Penny falls, as does Moria. Moria gets up, or Uchuk rather, got up slowly, looked at the clock and said, "Get me out of here, I'm hurt." Hodge just clears it gently out of the zone as the seconds tick down. A chance perhaps for one shot from Penny. Penny lets it go. Goaltender makes the save, and there goes the buzzer to end a very productive first period for the Cardiff Devils. So a great first period then for the Cardiff Devils. They lead 4-1 after 20 minutes of hockey. Bopes, is that how you expected it to go?
Absolutely. The Cardiff Devils have scored 167 goals in the league so far this season. They have 3 very strong, balanced lines. They go at teams very hard and they create a lot of problems for the opposing goaltenders.
After a fast start, the Storm seemed to fizzle out after that goal at 47 seconds by Hodge.
Ken Hodge put the puck away after Manchester had appeared to have a couple of great chances of their own. Cardiff then went right to town. 4 different players on the score sheet, and that is the reason why Cardiff are as successful as they are. They get everybody involved in the attack at all times.
What do the Storm have to do in the second period to contain them?
Well, this sounds a bit hypocritical. The Storm have got to try and contain the offensive strength of the Devils, but they've got to take chances of their own. They've got to get guys like Dale JAGO, a defenseman who can show a lot of offensive power. He's got to get more involved in the offense. Morin, Woodcroft, Penny, they're going to have to continue to do what they did at least once in the first period.
Well, it should be an exciting second period. Second period getting underway now with the Manchester Storm playing from left to right. And they trail by 4-1. Have a lot of work to do, but it's not a mission impossible by any means. Evans gets that to the far side to Swan, who's out there playing for the concussed Thornton, who got hit in the first period, and he's not going to be back in this one. Penny. Woodcroft couldn't get the skate on that. Machulek drops it back, gets the return pass. This guy's one of the fastest, most explosive skaters in the hockey league. Watch him when he turns it on. The Czech, the Canadian passport, really can fly. Sometimes he falls down and makes me look like a fool, but nevertheless, he is a good hockey player to watch. By far one of the most colorful in this Superleague. Finney sent that up, and Hodge is there with Ruggles. Ruggles still held along the boards. This guy takes a lot of abuse out there. Every time he looks up, someone's in his face. That's what happens when you're a good hockey player. And here he is now, Ruggles. Ruggles coming up on the left-hand side, tried to get it out front. Cruising out there was Dave Latta. That went off a skate. A 2-on-2 situation now. Machulek breaks on the left side. Swan scores! Machulek was cruising right in the crease almost. Swan took the shot. That's number 5.
Machulek had gotten himself involved defensively. He came back to help Pope out, just to cause problems in the Storm's 2-on-1. The play went the other way. Machulek with the puck, fed Swan. Swan got the shot away. A little bit too difficult for Finney to come up with. The Cardiff Devils with their 5th goal of the game.
Well, we've just heard that referee George Nicholson has kicked Martin Smith out of the game for something he must have said. It was nothing that we could see, and the fans don't like that at all.
Well, it's not only that we couldn't see it, Paul, we obviously can't say it. We aren't going to be allowed to repeat what he said because Nicholson took immediate offense to it, and he went straight to the penalty box, issuing the misconduct call.
So, insult to injury, the goal was scored, and then Martin Smith kicked out of the game. Lawless cannot be happy about that. In the first period, it was virtually the same shots on goal, 16-15 with the Storm edging out the Devils, but the scoreline was 4-1. Now it's 5-1. But I can tell you, the Storm are getting their fair shots on goal. Lindsay lets a shot go. That bounces out again. Lindsay can't control it as it's popped all the way down the ice. Lindsay and JAGO back on defense for the Storm. They'll start this one up. McCarthy comes from the side, but Lindsay carries on. Takes off Sacratini. JAGO. Little tap up to Ruggles. Ruggles, nice move to get around McCarthy. Another move. Ruggles doing a great job out there. Ruggles trying to work his way out front. Still with Ruggles. Got it back. A chance now. The shot to score! JAGO took the shot. It was deflected in front of the goal. Power play goal. 5-2. Stormer coming back.
superb solo effort from Hilton Ruggles. He's like an eel on the ice. He stayed with the puck. One move, two moves, he keeps going. He's got the Devils watching him. The play ends up back at the blue line. Quick shot taken. Woodcroft was right in front of the goal. JAGO with a good shot from the blue line.
Now a power play goal. They threw the puck around nicely, and that was their reward. Machulek, Rubachuk gets it in front. Poole went down, couldn't get a tip on it. Rubachuk now moves into the corner, flips it back behind the goal. Poole is there. Poole dancing out there with Zawisza. Zawisza held in along the boards by Sacratini. Cardiff having difficulty eventually shooting it all the way down the ice. Swan is there looking for Hodge. That's taken away. Driven hard by Sebastian. That'll go all the way down the ice, and the icing whistle will blow. Excellent atmosphere in the 9X. Boy, they're living every moment of this hockey game. We will rock you. Well, they're not actually rocking the Devils, but they're coming back at them. 5-2 and still 4:54 remaining in this second period. Woodcroft picks it up behind his own red line. Woodcroft, dangerous move as Moria was right there, almost gave it away. The one thing you never do is come out in front of your own net and try to stick handle the guy through the guy in front of you. Woodcroft and Moria collided. Moria looks to be in a lot of pain out there. Bouncing puck right in front. Woodcroft rather, trying to get things going on the backhand. Gets it all the way back. Turner right in front. Woodcroft can't get the shot away. McCarthy with 39 seconds gets it out of the zone. It's tapped in. Sacratini. It's still a 5-on-5 situation out there because that penalty was a 10-minute penalty. A little chip coming from 18. Lada ends up in the corner. 16 seconds now. That bounces all the way down, and Woodcroft will go back after it. You're absolutely right. Between the periods, Lawless is going to have to talk to his players and tell them to keep their mouths shut. Well, there goes the buzzer to end the second period, and that was a better period for the Manchester Storm. The Cardiff Devils lost Steve Moria, and we'll wait and see if he comes back in the third.
I guess where I am, on a very sweaty bench, while the guys are in the dressing room. The score, it's still 5-2 down, but Ruggles, good goal. After the break, we'll be back with some expert opinion from Paul and Richie, so don't move. Welcome back to 9X Arena. This is a very famous gate. If I don't move from here fast, I'll be trampled underfoot by the players who are about to get back on the ice for the last part. Please, please, this is our last chance. Unfortunately, the score is still 5-2 down for Storm, but here's some expert opinion from Paul and Richie.
Well, they're a much better period for the Manchester Storm. Ropes, we still have a 3-goal deficit there, but more positive now for the Storm.
Storm got themselves involved in more of the offense in that period. Dale JAGO with a big goal for the Manchester Storm, pulling things back. They seemed to play with a lot more confidence after that goal. They created more opportunities, and they put pressure on the Cardiff net.
The Devils look to be without Steve Moria. How's that going to affect their play?
Well, that's a very key injury if it's a serious one. Steve Moria appeared to twist a leg or something underneath Woodcroft. Steve Thornton is already out of the lineup. That's 2 centers for Cardiff. Paul Heaney's going to have to adjust his lineup and play around 2 very crucial players.
How about Poole? He's gone for 10 minutes now for mouthing off to referee George Nicholson. That's going to affect their play too.
Well, whether you like those kind of calls or not, John Lawless, I'm sure in the Manchester dressing room is saying, look, we can't afford the personal penalties. Just button your lips, don't talk to the referee. And a 10-minute personal misconduct does hurt. You need all the guys out there on the ice, and you need to keep your lines moving.
Well, still 20 minutes to go. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. George Nicholson checks with the goal judges sitting behind each goal to see if they're there and their lights work. He starts the third and final period. 5-2, the Devils playing from left to right lead this one. But I have a feeling this one is far from over. Moria out through an injury will certainly affect the way the Devils play. They've lost Thornton, as we've already said. And the Manchester Storm have everything to play for. Lawless, although he's trailing by 3, both still must be a lot happier than after the first period. It was a more positive period, wasn't it?
They created more offense. The Manchester Storm hit. They played the body a lot better. And they really had the better of the period, especially toward the end of the period. And hockey is a game of momentum. Coming into the third period, they got everything to go for. The crowd's behind them. Just keep plugging away. That's all they can do.
It's a 5-on-5 out there as Poole still sits, but he's on a misconduct. JAGO took the shot. Lyle comes up big again. Young Stevie Lyle perfectly positioned. You see this, he comes out to face the shooter. The top of the crease, that's the blue area underneath his feet. Pass out by Uchuk, one-on-one. McEwen shot wide of the target. No let up to this action here in Manchester. McEwen flips it over. Cooper goes one way. Novo upset, and here comes Woodcroft on a breakaway. The backhander, great save by Stevie Lyle. What do they have to do to put the puck in the net?
Kip Noble, the Cardiff defenseman, caught going on the offense. Jason Stone's back all by himself. Woodcroft with a great opportunity. Steve Lyle, a tremendous save for the Devils on the backhand shot.
And the Storm have to go deep as we approach the midway point in this 20-minute period. Both teams changing on the fly. Mike Moran comes up. Cooper's got the big hook on him. No penalty there as play continues. Noble, Moran. This is better. Penny is out front. Penny just can't get it as it went through the crease underneath the goaltender. A chance now for Cooper. This is Ian Cooper. Shot on the target. Moran is back to pick it up. Nice little move as the Storm try to get it out of the zone. Lindsay gets himself in all kinds of trouble. Uchuk right out front. Goaltender down. Good save out there by John Finney. Uchuk did a lot of work. Cooper came in.
Jeff Lindsay was struggling to get the puck out of the Manchester zone. Uchuk just kept applying the pressure. It paid off as he got a good shot at John Finney. When a player is issued a 10-minute misconduct, that's a personal penalty. And when the 10 minutes has expired, the player is not allowed to come out of the penalty box until there is a stoppage in play. Nick Poole has now come out of the penalty box. He has served his 10-minute misconduct for Manchester.
Loose puck in front. Francis, the youngster from Cardiff, got the shot away but couldn't make it hit the goal. Shot on the target, and Stevie Lyle made a whole meal of that as Dave Lotta let the easy shot go. McCarthy, one hand on the stick, trying to go around Stephen Cooper, did it and then lost the puck. Sacratini put it out front, and JAGO grabs it for Manchester. Cooper gets away from Francis and puts his pass right into the pad of Sacratini, and it goes over the boards, out of play, so we'll have another face-off and a stoppage of play. Cooper breaks one way, but the puck comes over to the right side to Uchuk. Uchuk trying to make things happen on the right side. JAGO takes a chop at him. Uchuk, great second effort. Morin now. Morin breaks. Morin comes up, takes the shot. The second shot right of the target. Poole. His shot is right out front. Penny on the far side. JAGO wants it back at the blue line. He's got it. JAGO tips it in the corner. Good understanding there, but Ian Cooper got back and messed things up in the corner, and here come the Devils. Uchuk tried to feed that in front. McEwen intercepted. McEwen waiting for someone to come along and give him a hand. That didn't happen. Turner, nice pass over to Penny. Penny, nice pass up, but that went right over the stick of Nick Poole along the boards. Francis, good pass through the middle to Sacratini. Sacratini doubles back, being chased by Morin. 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining on the hockey game. Francis takes a hit at center. Pass by Woodcroft to Ruggles. Ruggles is one guy who can hassle and worry a player. He didn't worry Ware on that occasion. McCarthy shot, great save by Finney. Woodcroft gets it up, and here comes Ruggles. Ruggles gives it over. Ruggles again, takes a shot right on the goal. Rebound is out front. Another shot from the side of the net. Zawisza. Latta moves in. Latta puts it behind the goal. Cardiff in all sorts of trouble as that goes over the plexi. Well, the 9,000 plus fans here are doing everything they can do to motivate the Storm. And the Storm are doing everything they can do, but there seems to be one man in the way, and that's young Steve Lyle. Zawisza goes after his man as Uchuk picks up the puck. Uchuk gets by Calder, but not with the puck. Long pass up to Zawisza. Zawisza takes his shot on the target. Goaltender out, gives it right to Zawisza. Pass back is a good one. Calder tried to get it out front. Rubachuk was right there. Rubachuk trying to get away from Uchuk. Stone ties up his man. And the Devils now breaking quickly. Lindsay gets a stick in. Lindsay fighting back hard against Evans and eventually wins the puck and comes back with the puck down the left side. Lindsay, nice little play, got it over on the wing, but 19, Nick Poole wasn't ready for it. Stone for Cardiff to the far side of the rink. Noble on the far side got it up, and here comes Cooper. Cooper gave it away. Poole nicely waits, hands it off, and the shot is, was it a shot or a pass? That didn't work. Broken stick actually on the play. Didn't turn out to be anything at all. JAGO unfortunate on that one. Penny back down the middle. Penny lets the shot go right on the target. Rebound is there. Ware spins around, gives up the puck, and the Storm continue to apply the pressure. McCarthy stick handles, gives it to Sacratini. McCarthy on the far side. This one could be dangerous. Sacratini's out front. The shot. Now that was an awkward one. McCarthy is a cheeky little monkey out there. He flipped that high up at the shoulder of the goaltender, and that's about the only place you can put it in from that angle. Either that or right down along by the skate and the post. He was hoping for perhaps a rebound off the shoulder in the back of the net. He's seen that done before, and I bet he's done it before. Woodcroft goes down late and tries to win that. The shot comes in, deflected away, and here come the Storm, coming back quickly. Sebastian got the backhander in. Latta in the far corner is dumped. Ruggles went in hard, nice little poke check. Evans is there to tidy it up. Woodcroft almost had that puck breaking in on net all alone. McCarthy slams on the brakes. Cooper bangs it up, trying to get it up to Ruggles. That didn't work. Cooper for Manchester, long pass up. Sebastian let it ride, and it's cleared in, and the Storm need to set it up in a hurry. gain possession of that puck in the zone. That's not going to work for them. Swan taken out of the play, back in Manchester territory. Zawisza tried to flip it through the legs. That didn't work. Machulek softly taps it back to the defensive position. Noble goes for a skate and fires it in. Lindsay takes his time, long pass. Too long for Rubachuk. That goes the length of the ice rink, and the icing whistle blows. 2 minutes, 1 second. It's looking like the Devils are going to pick up yet another victory and remain at the top of the table.
A very hard-fought victory, though. If they do pull this off, they are up by 3 goals. It's the damage they did in the first period that's earned them this victory, if it is to finish this way.
Stone bangs that off the boards, puts it in deep. Lindsay is brought down. Calder on the far side of the rink. Gets it up now. Long shot coming from Zawisza, wide of the target. That bounces all the way out into neutralized territory. Calder back to Lindsay, back to Calder. 1 minute, 37 seconds. Woodcroft, they know they need shots and they need a goal right away. Zawisza coming in, offside. Zawisza broke to the right. And Rubachuk on the left wing was offside according to the officials. Folks, that's the kind of thing you don't need right now. You've got the momentum, you've got the flow, you've got the puck, and one of your players goes ahead of you over the blue line.
That's right, they had the momentum going their way. They wanted to get the puck in deep, get 2 men going after the puck, and possibly look to get Finney out. They're down by 3. Why not pull the goalie and look for a 6th attacker? You might as well lose by 4 as to lose by 3.
Absolutely. Zawisza starts it up. Zawisza hits the blue line. Throws it in front. Woodcroft is there, but he was tied up. Rubachuk shot from a sharp angle. Calder taps it in behind the goal. Rubachuk wants it on this side. That comes out to Cooper. Cooper takes it along the boards, and a rink-wide pass to McEwen is a good one. McEwen puts it right in front as that goes through the crease. Less than a minute to go in the hockey game. Pope shot, good save by Finney as he came out with just 43 seconds to go to keep the score. Still at 5-2 for the Devils. Finney, good move to cut down the angle.
Finney had to hold his ground. Pope got a lot of time to get that one away. Manchester scrambling, they're out of position because they're desperate. They need goals and they're running out of time.
Face-off will be in the Manchester zone. And I really don't think Manchester have anything to be ashamed of. They started slow. They trailed by 4. Well, they had 4 goals scored against them, rather, in the first period, as it was 4-1. But then they came back and they worked hard in the second, and they certainly have worked hard here in the third. They just ran up against a very, very hot, very good goalie. Sacratini, Francis, goaltender Finney, performing heroics in a Storm goal to keep that puck out. Hope up on the wing. That goes all the way down the ice. There'll be no icing call on this one. Francis along the boards. Icing was the call as Francis's pass went out over the blue line. Evans brought it in, but Francis was then trapped inside the zone. 8 seconds remaining on this one.
A couple of good opportunities for Neil Francis, Welsh-born player. He doesn't see a lot of ice time, but when he does get the chance, he's chomping at the bit. He really does work hard, and he nearly had a goal on this last shift. Finney stacking the pads nicely to deny him.
From the face-off as the seconds tick down, JAGO goes into the corner. And the final buzzer goes to end 60 minutes of hockey. Another fine performance from the Cardiff Devils, still the #1 team in the country.
That was top entertainment. You can see the Super League is all about great action. Overall, not a bad performance by the Storm, but not good enough to beat the outstanding Devils, who maintained their winning role and stay in pole position at the head of the Super League table. Paul Ferguson is talking to John Lawless. Let's take a peek.
John Lawless, you lost 5-2, but that really wasn't an indication of how the game went.
No, you know, the first period, we were a little bit lost on our end, and you can't do that against a team like Cardiff. You know, I was a bit upset after the first period, and I told the guys, you know, get mad. This is getting embarrassing, and play with some pride. And you know, we had some chances, I think, to chip away there. Stevie Lau came up big, and you know, 5-2. It could easily been like a one-goal game, and then anything can happen. But I think that as soon as we start playing 60 minutes, you know, we'll start beating anybody.
Well, that's it for this week's show. The ice is already being cleaned, the 9X Arena completely empty. You wouldn't believe how fast that went. We're a bit disappointed, but next week we have another chance. Manchester Storm will be playing against the Nottingham Panthers. We'll be there, same place, same time. Be there.
And Hope misses the chop right out front. A chance for Manchester. Shot, score! Woodcroft was there. That's number 1 for the Manchester Storm. Juliet lets a shot go. Vinny, another scores! Back, a chance now, a shot to score!